Hello, thank you for watching. My name's Johnny and this is Lou. Today we're going to be going through our TBR to be read. Today we're going to be going through our TBR for March. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to start?
It's February, so March.
Yeah, it's February now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna try and read in March.
Yes. Mine mostly all consist of thrillers.
Yes.
Because that's what I like to read. So my first one on my TBR is Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. She's a #1 bestseller. Is this one. One of the reviews on the back says dark and claustrophobic, heartfelt and moving. Then she was gone. Packs a huge emotional punch. I love it. And that's from the author of The Missing, C.L. Taylor.
Have you ever read The Missing?
No. But I have actually got a C.L. Taylor book on order.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to that one.
Cool. Nice. So my first for March, I don't know if this is actually going to be the order I read them,
Yeah.
but certainly one thing I want to do is Jonathan Pye Off the Record, which is done by the two people behind the Facebook and YouTube star Jonathan Pye. I think it's him, Tom Walker and Andrew Doyle. You might have seen him on Facebook, especially if you're kind of into kind of satire comedy, especially political comedy. Jonathan Pye, he does live shows as well. I wanted his book. Basically, it goes through 10, I believe it's 10 famous kind of politicians or world leaders and rips them apart in a very funny manner. I've actually started to read the first chapter and it is just hilarious and I cannot wait. Not only is it kind of educational because you learn more about all of these kind of politicians and why people seem to hate them, and it's just so funny. Yeah. So that's #1.
My next one, like you, I don't know if this is the order that I'm going to read them.
Yeah.
This one, The Couple Next Door. Now, I just thought it was intriguing. At the top, it's a #1 bestseller. It's a thriller. Apparently, it's the most talked about thriller of the year.
Wow.
I think it came out in 2017. But I'm late to the party.
Yeah.
But it says people are capable of almost anything. So I'm guessing it's about some scary neighbours.
Yeah.
One of the reviews on the back says, I thought the read it in one sitting thing was a cliche. Not anymore. And that was by Linwood Barclay.
Easy.
And that was by Linwood Barclay. So yeah, I don't know who it is. You never know what's happening on the other side of the wall.
Ooh.
So that sounds really good.
Yeah,
it's good.
Second one, keeping with the political theme, because that's how we like to party, is who thought this was a good idea and other questions you should have answers to when you work in the White House. And this is by Alyssa Mastromonaco. And if I've butchered that name, then you can't really blame me because it's huge. It's longer than the book. With Lauren Euler, who I imagine is just who wrote that with her. I imagine that because it says.
Yes.
So this is the former White House Deputy Chief of Staff to President Obama. I believe that's her. So on the blurb, it says, if your funny older sister were the former Deputy Chief of Staff to President Barack Obama, her behind-the-scenes political memoir would look something like this. And it is supposed to be packed full of personality and kind of behind-the-scenes of what it was like to work for Obama and the things that you have to do when you're the Deputy Chief of Staff. And I thought, well, I don't know much about American politics. I might as well give that a go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right, my next book is, of course, another thriller.
Yeah.
And it is a global bestseller. And it is The Girl Before. There's actually a lot of mixed reviews about this. Because I did manage to sneak a peek at some of the reviews. And what I can kind of gather, it's a bit 50 Shades of Grey, but not. Which, yeah, that could be off-putting for some people. But Lee Child has said it's dazzling, which Lee Child's books are amazing, so that's good. Deeply addictive, That comes from the Daily Express. And Really Clever. That comes from the Daily Mail. But
Yeah, anything's clever to the Daily Mail.
yeah. So, yeah. But the girl before, everything that's yours was once hers.
Ooh.
So that sounds really good. Stunning, says the Sun. But again, do we believe anything that doesn't say?
Yeah.
Are they a good judge of books? Probably not.
Peter James.
Peter James, yeah, a wonderful portrait of a wonderful portrayal of psychological obsession as obsession at its creepy best. From Peter James.
Yeah.
So that sounds really good. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah. My next one is by Elaine de Botton, who is a philosopher, author, and the creator of The School of Life, which is that really famous, huge YouTube channel. And if you've seen his TED Talk, he does a talk on Atheism 2.0, which is his take on how atheists and atheism should sort of go forth in the future. Now, to accompany that, he has brought out this book called Religion for Atheists. Okay. And it kind of... the only bit I know about it is what I've seen from the TED Talk, and it's like kind of like he picks on people like Richard Dawkins, who kind of, you know, points holes in religion, and then Elaine de Botton comes out and says, well, no, but that doesn't kind of help us psychologically. We need to kind of fix our kind of mentality and kind of to break the religious cycle, because, you know, if you kind of take away religion, you can get depressed.
Yes.
So he is kind of, this is his answer to that. So that is something I'm very interested in. As far as I know, everybody seems to love it, but then again, they wouldn't put a bad comment on the back of the book, would they?
No.
Although that would be an interesting way of marketing it, though.
That would be interesting. Yeah.
But yeah, the Times, the Independent, Mail on Sunday, Evening Standard, Financial Times, Church Times. Surprisingly illuminating by Church Times.
I don't know what Church Times is, so it might not be anything to do with
nothing to do with the church. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm looking forward to that one.
Right, my next one, and this is for fans of The Couple Next Door, which, so I'm going to read that one first. Mm-hmm. The Marriage Pact, Until Death Do Us Part, by Michelle Richmond. Would you stake your life on your marriage? And it's about some newlyweds. They get a mysterious wedding gift. First Class Suspense by Paula Daly. Don't know who that is. Ranks with The Stepford Wives and Gone Girl.
Gone Girl's good.
Yeah, Gone Girl is good. So, we will... I'll be looking forward to reading this after I've read that other one. At some point this month.
Cool.
So that's good.
Now, my next one is actually a bit of a cheat, because I've already started it. Now, the reason is because it's the Daily Stoic. Now, it's 366 meditations on wisdom, perseverance, and the art of living. Now, what you're supposed to do... What did I say?
Perseverance.
Now, there's a page per day. So it has the date. Every page, there's a date. There's a date. Okay. And you're supposed to read that page on that date, obviously, and it gives you a little bit of wisdom, a little bit of inspiration from the Stoics' way of living, otherwise known as Stoicism.
Excellent.
Now, I have actually already started, but I'm not up to date. You got what I mean? I've led a few, because you're supposed to read a page every day. Obviously, no one will do that. So they'll just kind of miss a few days and catch up, or at least just even have a full-on go. But it's a cool idea, and I actually got it for Christmas.
Yeah.
For Christmas I did. So yeah. So I think it's pretty cool. It's like kind of self-help, but for kind of wrapped up in a bit of a philosophical vibe.
That's cool. Wow. Sticking with the thriller theme, of course. A dream home will become her worst nightmare, and it's in a cottage in a wood. It's not very long. I think I'll probably do it over a weekend.
Yeah.
So that's good. It's something to look forward to. Had me gripped from first page to last. A creepy psychological exploration of the power of secrets to destroy your life. So that sounds really good. It's by Cass Green. Dark, gripping, and totally compelling. A genuine page turner.
Sounds good to me.
So I'm looking forward to that. I think that'll be really cool.
Nice. My next one is a little bit of a guilty pleasure. Now, I love biographies. They're my favourite genre of book. and this is Anna Kendrick's biography, which I'm absolutely... It's a little bit being messed up in my book box. But I'm cannot wait to read this. It's called Scrappy Little Nobody, and it is a decent-sized biography all about her life, hopefully her beginnings and how she got to be in the acting world. I think it's going to be hopefully inspirational. Hopefully it's going to have lots of tips and tricks to how to get into, doing something creative with your life, kind of making money from doing things creatively, and hopefully just kind of name dropping some cool people and having some sort of background story on that. So yeah,
that's cool. That's really good.
Yeah.
My next one, thriller, obviously. The Sunday Times bestseller. You can bury the story, but you can't hide the truth. The Child.
Ooh.
Lee Child has said, tense, tantalising, and ultimately very satisfying. The Sun, a gripping book you won't be able to put down, unlike their newspaper. Engrossing, irresistible. I loved it, and that comes. I'm just looking at that. Comes from the woman who read The Couple Next Door, and I've just noticed it says it on this sticker.
Yeah.
So yeah, it says on the sticker. So it's by Fiona Barton, author of The Widow. I haven't actually read The Widow, but I'm going to do, hopefully, in the next coming months, hopefully. So I'm really looking forward to this. It seems pretty cool. So yeah, we'll see.
Next one, I am incredibly late to the party with this one, and I've had this book for ages, but I kind of forgot I got it. And it's just been sat at the back, and I keep getting, every time you get a new thing, it always goes to the front of your pile. And this poor little one's been pushed to the back, and it is by Chris Hadfield, and it is An Astronaut's Guide to Life on Earth. It's Chris Hadfield's biography, where he talks. He's the famous Canadian astronaut, and he's kind of big on YouTube, and he posts like music covers done from like the International Space Station. That's just like the coolest thing ever. And it's got cool pictures in the middle, as often biographies do about him in space. Look at this cool little guy.
It's cool, yeah.
Cool little guy. And hopefully, as I haven't read it yet, hopefully it's going to kind of have some really cool bits, like facts about space, kind of how someone becomes an astronaut. And especially with kind of SpaceX recently, I'm kind of feeling the space vibe.
Excellent.
So I thought this would be a good one to finally get read. Look, he's riding a skateboard above the earth. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
Right, my next one. It's not exactly a thriller, but and it's non-fiction, but it is crime. So it's talking with serial killers. The most evil people in the world tell their own stories, and it's by Christopher Berry D. Terrifying and chilling true crime at its best. Now, I think this came out quite a while ago. It was first published in 2003. So I'm quite late with this one. But he goes basically, I think he just goes around talking to serial killers.
Sounds good
so
to
we'll
me.
see. It's got some pictures of some famous serial killers. So that should be one to delve into in the next coming weeks.
Now, my last physical book to be read next month is well, first of all, we watched as well as kind of the rest of our family watched What the Health, that documentary on Netflix about plant-based diets, and one of the doctors who was the forefront in that film, Garth Davis, wrote a book called Proteinaholic. And it is about kind of the myths about protein, and kind of a lot like What the Health, is in breaking down the myths and the kind of untruths about food, especially within the kind of dairy industry and meat industry, and kind of saying why, from a medical point, with hopefully lots of facts in there that you can tell your friends about why you don't need meat or dairy. So I'm really looking forward to this. It is quite a hefty book. I mean, look at the size of the words in that bad boy. It's gonna be a long one, and the front the front review is by Rich Roll. He loves it. Rich Roll is a really famous fitness guy who I model myself on. He's a really famous kind of like vegan fitness guy, and he's really cool. And he has a really cool podcast. So yeah, he likes it, and lots of other doctors like it, and I thought it'd be quite a fun one to.
That's cool. Yeah. Excellent. Well, my last book for this month. This is number 8 that I'm hoping to read this month.
Yeah.
So I've got a lot to go at. But my last one is Cara Hunter, Close to Home. Someone took Daisy Mason, someone you know, close to home. A D.I. Adam Fawley thriller. And it's been published by Penguin, which I find Penguin books really good.
Oh, yeah.
I really do. I think they publish some fantastic stuff. On the back, it says, how can a child vanish without a trace? And then people have said, one of the best crime thrillers I've ever read.
Wow.
The last twist was his genuine stroke of genius. So that's something to get to the end, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to this one. I'm just, it intrigues me.
Mm-hmm. That is.
So, and it's not going to be her last one. I think she's got another one coming out later on in the year. I'll just flick to the back because I know it is because I'm going to pre-order it.
Yeah.
It's coming on July 2018, and it's In the Dark, Trap Left Die, and it's another D.I. Adam Fawley thriller.
Wow.
So this is his first one in hopefully a good series.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's my last book on the list. So it's one to look forward to reviewing next month.
Right. So my last one is an audiobook which I've already purchased on Audible, and you can see the cover here. My face. Now it is I've forgotten the name, haven't I? Fire and Fury by Michael Wolff. So if you've been into a bookshop recently, you've probably seen it advertised. It is really grown popular recently due to the fact of national press and Donald Trump tweeting about it. Basically, it's about Donald Trump and what he was really like as he was being elected. Apparently, you've heard it. We've heard bits of it already. Things like he goes to bed at 7 o'clock at night and eats hamburgers for his tea every night, and he's kind of really weird. And apparently, he cried of pure sadness when he got elected because he never thought he would get elected. All these kind of things, all these rumours that I've heard about the book. Well, I wanted to see what it was about, and I thought, what a perfect opportunity to try out my credit on Audible and sort of kind of give it a go.
Good. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what you think of that.
Yeah. So that's all the books that we're hopefully going to read in March.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we will post a review of 2 books each.
Hopefully we can read 2 books each a week, and post that video out on Tuesdays, so you can see what we thought of the books. And I don't know what my first 2 are going to be. I'm excited to find out.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah,
check back in with us on the Tuesday, or just
next
the
Tuesday.
Past.
Just next Tuesday.
And we will review some of them. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully we'll see you soon.